Our next inductee was just mentioned by Pat, the late Bill Stewart. Please direct your attention to the video board.
Bill Stewart, best known as Coach Stu, led WVU to one of the greatest bowl wins in school history and had a 700 winning percentage as a head football coach from 2009 to 2011. After guiding WVU to a remarkable 48-28 victory against Oklahoma at the 2008 Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, Stewart was named WVU's 33rd head football coach on January 3, 2008. He followed up the Oklahoma victory with 3 consecutive 9-win seasons. Stewart's 9 victories in 2008 represented the most ever by a first-year Mountaineer coach. His Big East championship in 2010 was the school's 6th at the time. The players Stewart recruited won another Big East title and Orange Bowl victory over Clemson in 2011. Stewart coached 30 players to all Big East accolades in his 3 seasons and 18 of his West Virginia players drafted by NFL teams. And he led 2 Mountaineer squads to top 25 finishes in 2008 and 2009, while his 2010 team was ranked for several weeks during the 2010 season. Prior to being named head coach at WVU, Stewart spent 8 seasons on the West Virginia staff, working with the Mountaineer tight ends and serving as associate head coach in 2007. Stewart died on May 21, 2012, leaving behind his bride, Karen, and son, Blaine, a former WVU assistant coach. Please join us in a round of applause for 2025 honoree, Bill Stewart.
Please direct your attention. A special greeting from Bill's son, Blaine Stewart, who's unable to be with us here today.
Hello. First and foremost, I just want to say how thankful I am to be speaking to you today. Unfortunately, I can't be there. We have the 3-0 Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday, so we got our hands full down here in Tampa. But I could not be happier to accept this, not only for myself, but for my mom and our entire extended family. I'm very thankful my mom and other family members are there to represent my dad. And I just want to say how proud I am of my mom, just for how she's raised me, how she's been there for me, how she's handled, everything that I've seen with grace and love. And I'm just very proud of her for being there today. Thank you to West Virginia University. Thank you to Athletic Director Ren Baker. Thank you to Coach Rodriguez, the entire selection committee. This is a true honor. It is a wonderful surprise to not only myself, my family, but I know my dad would be very, very thankful. Also, thank you to Tony Caridi, Mike Montoro, Mike Vergale. The list goes on, and just so many wonderful people at West Virginia. To the other inductees, congratulations. What a wonderful honor, especially Coach Krlavich and my brother Pat McAfee, to go in, or for my father to go in with 2 people that he knows loved him so much, and we're there through it all. It is an awesome honor, and congrats to everyone, but especially Coach Krlav and Pat. You cannot separate West Virginia University and my dad, nor my dad from West Virginia University. This was not just a job for him or a stop along the way of a very long coaching journey. This was home for my dad, for my mom, for our entire family. And for him to be able to finish his career at a place that was so special to him is an unbelievable honor. West Virginia meant everything to my dad. Growing up there, so many friends and family in the area, and just wonderful, wonderful people in his corner. For him to be able to come home and represent them, he knew every day that he was representing something way bigger than himself. And he was a person from West Virginia that had the opportunity to live a lifelong dream, and he did not take that for granted. I wish he was here to accept it. I know my mom does too, and so many people there, but this is just a wonderful, wonderful honor. If he was there, I know he would be super thankful and humble about it, and probably deflect the spotlight, but it is a wonderful honor that he would greatly appreciate. My father made quite an impact on not only the players that he coached, the coaches he coached with, but the entire community and state of West Virginia. There were plenty of wins and big-time players during his time at West Virginia, but people don't really talk about the football. Everyone seems to talk about the impact that my father had on them. When people reach out to me to this day, you know, I tell them I never hate hearing a story, even if I've heard it 4 or 5 times. People always talk about the impact that he made. And, you know, I think that says the most about my father's time in coaching, but especially at West Virginia University. Former players being there like Rashid, Pat White, Noel, Pat McAfee, all of them have their individual stories about how my dad not only pushed them on the field, but pushed them to be better men, future fathers, and husbands in their lives. I had a professor at West Virginia when I was taking classes there tell me a Maya Angelou quote a long time ago, but it always stuck with me. People may forget what you say or what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. And I think that truly encapsulates how my dad impacted not only the players that he coached, the coaches he coached with, but the people in the community, the people in the building, the people in the athletic department. I know my dad would be proud of this. Like I said earlier, he was raised in West Virginia. He was a West Virginian through and through. He was one of their own. And I am proud also to carry on that legacy. But he would be proud. I couldn't be more proud. And thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Good luck to West Virginia today. And as always, let's go Mountaineers.
Thank you, Blaine. Please welcome Karen Stewart.
Good afternoon. It is a tremendous honor to be here to accept this induction for Bill into the West Virginia University Sports Hall of Fame. Congratulations to all the other inductees that are being presented with this prestigious award today. When Bill proposed to me on New Year's Eve in 1977 under the goalpost at what is now Bill Stewart Memorial Stadium at Magnolia High School in New Martinsville, I had no idea what this life would become. We met so many great people on our football journey that are still wonderful friends today. After several moves for job changes and 15 different addresses, life brought us full circle back to West Virginia. I would like to thank the many people who supported Bill while here at West Virginia. Athletic Director Ren Baker and the Nomination and Selection Committee, thank you for recognizing Bill's legacy and the impact he had on WVU football with this well-deserved award. To Coach Nealon for hiring Bill back in 2000. To Coach Rich Rodriguez for retaining Bill on his staff and providing him the opportunity to continue to be a part of Mountaineer Nation. And he also retained Blaine after that coaching change took place. And to former longtime athletic director Eddie Pastelong for believing in Bill and providing him with the opportunity to fulfill a lifelong dream of becoming the head coach in his home state following the Fiesta Bowl victory. I would also like to thank Neil Brown for welcoming us back into the football family and giving Blaine the opportunity to follow his father in his footsteps by coaching at WVU. Thank you for recognizing the legacy of a man who gave his whole heart and soul to this program. Coaching wasn't a job for Bill. It was a calling, and I cannot imagine him having done anything else. He cared about this program, his staff, and the young men he had the privilege to coach. They weren't just players, they were family. He wanted to teach them not only how to win on the field, but also how to win and be successful in life after football, by instilling in them integrity, hard work, and love for one another. I know Bill would be humbled by this honor. He never sought the spotlight for himself, but believed in representing West Virginia University with integrity, passion, and pride. Today, as we celebrate him, I want to say thank you for remembering him, for honoring him, and for ensuring that his love for West Virginia University lives on forever. Thank you to all of our family and friends who are here today to pay tribute to Bill and his wonderful career. The only thing that would make it more perfect would be if Bill were here to accept this honor for himself. Thank you.